The first verse of today's gospel is perhaps the most famous biblical statement. It's on bumper stickers, band roofs, or t shirts. This sentence should send a chill through any person's heart. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that everyone who believes in him might not perish, but have eternal life. I recently watched a video of a couple having a quick meal at a fast food restaurant. They seemed to be in a hurry, constantly checking their watches and looking out at the windows. Soon enough, after receiving a notification on their phones, they left the place abruptly, leaving their burgers or whatever meal they were having unfinished. Immediately after their departure, two hungry children in ragged clothes outside the restaurant rushed in and grabbed the unfinished burgers. It was so disheartening, saddening to see such innocent children resorting to eating leftovers. The upset waiter, of course, this upset the waiter, and he asked the children to leave. However, the kind hearted owner of the restaurant intervened, made the kids sit down, and served them a fresh, good meal and something to drink. To feed on someone else's unfinished meal is indeed unthinkable, unacceptable, and dehumanizing. But then think again. Such is not always the case. Have we all done the same thing when our younger or elder sister couldn't finish their burgers? Haven't we as siblings enjoyed moments when we all shared the same spoon to eat ice cream or food from the same plate? Or have we not seen mothers eat the leftover food of their toddlers or young children they leave behind? However, what makes these two instances of eating unfinished food so different? In the first instance, it is an act of necessity, a non affiliation between strangers and street children. Perhaps an act of pity, but not love. On the other hand, sharing ice cream among us, eating from the same plate, or finishing our siblings' unfinished food is a family affair, one of laughter, love, and natural acceptance. Now think of the gospel today. Sometimes it is unthinkable for us to realize the words, God so loved the world that he gave us his only Son. How can a stranger from Bethlehem or Nazareth attempt such a humble and heroic act of dying for us? It may seem unthinkable at first, but if we only understand that God never regards us as children needing half finished burgers of strangers, if we only realize that when God comes to us, he treats us as his very own children, wanting to share his favorite food with us, his best food with his children, then his love may not be so unthinkable after all. God so loved the world that he gave his only Son. And how can we describe the character of God in more simpler terms? The God that Jesus spoke of is full of pure compassion for our world that is lost and distant from him. In an effort to rescue us, he sends his own Son to die for us. His ultimate desire is to save us from death and despair. And do we ever truly comprehend the depth of God's love for us?